Howdy, parents. I wanted to update you on what was going on. I'm pretty sure you saw the big, thick packet by now that came home for math homework. And I wanted to make sure that you saw in your child's planner that we wrote down that this homework is optional and that it's going to be worth 10 points extra credit on their lowest major grade. So it doesn't have to be this test that we're taking on Wednesday, which is the 6 weeks math test. It could be one of their other ones. It's not due until Thursday, and the questions on it are going to be similar to the ones that are going to be on our test on Wednesday. Because we ran out of time with learning, we weren't able to test the unit on decimals all the way from place value through multiplication and division. So that's what this packet is that came home, would have been the test for the decimals unit. Watch for video uploads and Remind. I'm going to work some of the packet. I'm going to work some of the problems that I think the students may be having trouble with, and I'll upload those in Remind. But I wanted you to know that it is optional and it is worth up to 10 extra credit points, and they don't have to do all of it. They can just do some of it. Whatever it is they want to do, that's what they can do. Now, along with this packet today, we took time and made sure we went over our journal to make sure everything that was in our journal that was in there was ready to go for the test and the information that we needed to be able to work on this packet that I sent home today. So it starts here in their journal. I'm not sure what page number theirs would be on. Mine's on page 37. It starts with the commutative property, identity, associative, and distributive property. We talked about that. We talked about the place value of decimals. Today we added, and it's not in this one, so I'll go ahead and add it in this one and explain it to you here. We added the ways to write a decimal and the place value. Some students are still struggling with the place value of decimal, so if you have time, review that with your child. And the expanded form is what I wanted to talk to you about. I told them that our expanded form, I've seen it written a couple of different ways. And here we have the number 456 and 987 thousandths. And so one way that I saw it, which was different than what we're used to, was using the place value and the associative property. So it was 4 times 100 plus 5 times 10 plus 6 times 1 plus 9 times 1/10. Sometimes it was written like that, 1/10. Sometimes it was written as a fraction, 1/10. Plus 8 times 100th, or written as the fraction, plus 7 times 1,000th, or written as the fraction. So we went over that today in class and we added this into our journals. And I told them, I said, don't be surprised on Wednesday if you see a question that has the expanded form written out using the associative property and the place value of those numerals. Okay. So after the place value, we talked about comparing decimals and to line them up, line up the decimals and start from the largest place value and work your way using our greater than, less than, and equal to. After comparing decimals, we talked about rounding decimals. Once again, focusing on that place value, identifying the place value that's being rounded to. This says to put a box around it. Some of the kids have been used to underlining the one that's being rounded to and the one that's right next to it, putting a circle around it. Either way works. We have the saying, 4 or less, let it rest, 5 or more, raise the score. And then they rewrite the number rounded. That doesn't stay glued down. And so we did it again. The next day we came back and we said, okay, remember anything to the left of the place that you're rounding to stays the same. Nothing changes. After that, you underline the place being rounded to. You circled the boss, say your saying, and then you round it. Anything after the boss does its job, it turns to a 0, and all of the other numbers to the right of it turn to a 0 as well. After rounding decimals, we have started, excuse me, multiplying decimals. Okay, so they have this in their journal, multiplying 2 and 75/100 times 4 and 3/10. Basically, this is straight multiplication. And then at the end, they count how many places past the how many digits past the decimal are in the product, are in the factors. There's 2 here and 1 here. So 2 plus 1 is 3. So then I have to have 3 digits past the decimal in my product. Straight multiplication, placing the decimal in the right place by counting the digits past the decimal in the factors, and then placing that decimal in the right place in the product. Today, we also talked about multiplying, and I apologize for these numbers. Some of the kids were absent on these days, and I need to make copies for them to add it to their planner. We talked about multiplying by multiples of 10. So any whole number multiplied by a decimal, any decimal, multiplied by 10 would move, the decimal would move 1 place value to the right. Multiplied by 100, 2 place values to the right, 1,000, 3 place values to the right. Then decimals multiplied by whole numbers, we'll start moving to the left. And they know this chart's in their journal. And then today we started doing more decimals, dividing decimals, and we have 2 little sayings. If a decimal is in the house, raise it to the roof. If a decimal is on the side, let it slide. However many times it slides on the outside, it slides on the inside as well. So whatever we do to the outside of the house has to happen inside the house as well. This is where the journal ends for this unit. The packet going home, I'll start in the next video clip, but I wanted to give you an idea of why we're doing what we're doing because we ran out of time learning about decimals, and I wanted to make sure that the students had plenty of time to learn it and get it solid before it was tested. So Wednesday is the 6 weeks test. It's going to count as the 6 weeks test, and it will count as the decimal test as well. If you have any questions about that, feel free to email me. Let me throw my email up here real quick for you. That is the best option during the day. And our planning time is not until almost the very end of the day. So I may not reply to you until after school is out. But remember, you can always reach out to me at snormangisd.org. And I will reply as soon as possible. Okay, so if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, next video is going to start talking about some of the review packet.